Hello and namaste. In continuation with the statistical techniques, we are going ahead with the Spearman's rank correlation coefficient. The rank correlation coefficient will have the different notations, might be small r, might be capital R, or might be sometimes rho. But the range of this particular coefficient will also be same as that of small r, that is a correlation of coefficient, that is -1 to +1. The range of this particular coefficient will also lie between +1 and -1. What exactly and where exactly the applications of this coefficient will exist? Let us suppose that a group of n individuals is arranged in order of merit or proficiency in possession of two characteristics, A and B. These ranks in the two characteristics will in general be different. For example, if we consider the relation between intelligence and beauty, it is not necessary that a beautiful individual is intelligent also. So let xi yi, that is I is moving from 1 to up to n, be the ranks of ith individual in two characteristics A and B respectively. Now Pearsonian coefficient of correlation between the ranks xi's and yi's is called the rank correlation coefficient between A and B for the group individuals. So let us move ahead for this particular session. So this is what we have already discussed. Now there are different types of rank correlation coefficient. When will happen? This is non-repeated ranks. Non-repeated ranks, this is small r, capital R, or you can say rho, is nothing but 1 minus 6 times summation of t square upon n into n square minus 1. What is this? Now just let me just go ahead with this. Whenever this x or y, the people are being given to us, or the some observations has been given to us, and we have to go and put it in the rank wise for that particular observation, we are using the biggest one. Few of the books or few of the authors are also would like to go ahead with the lowest one, but here in this particular session I'll be discussing with the biggest one. Whatever the procedure we are going ahead with the biggest one, the same would be applicable for the lowest one. Only the thing is, while ranking them, we are always ranking biggest number as the one, wherein few of them are using the lowest number as one. So it doesn't matter actually. Why it does not matter? Because this is denotes the rank of the coefficient of correlation, and D, this particular small d, refers to the difference of ranks between the paired items in two series, because it's a difference of the items. And if you're just watching it here, it's a summation of d square. So whatever the ranks, whether the rank is coming out to be negative or a positive, the difference between them, that this particular the square will nullify that the effect of plus or minus sign. And what is this? Summation of di square is equals to summation of x dash minus y dash square. What is this x dash and y dash? X dash and y dash is nothing but the rank in x and y respectively. Now again, this x dash and y dash will have the different notations. Few of the books might go for rx and ry also, or few of them will just write down rank of x and rank of y. Doesn't matter, just we have to understand the concept of this particular thing. Okay, now sometimes in some of the individual receive the same rank. It is possible, right? It is possible. In ranking of merit, they are said to be tied. Let us suppose that small m of the individuals, say k plus 1, k plus 2th, k plus mth, are tied. Then each of these m individuals is assigned a common rank, which is the arithmetic mean of the ranks, k1 plus k plus 1 comma k plus 2 and so on up to k plus 1. Definitely I would be explaining you this particular whatever I'm saying it right now with the help of example, but the introduction is very important. Now if any two or more individuals are bracketed equal in any classification with respect to the characteristics A and B, as I've told you, or if there is more than one item with the same value in the series, then the Spearman's formula for calculating the rank correlation coefficient breaks down. Since in this case, each of the variables x and y does not assume the values 1, 2 up to n, and consequently x bar is not equals to y bar. In this case, common ranks are given to the repeated items. This common rank is the average of the ranks which these items would have assumed if they were slightly different from each other, and the next item will get the rank next to the ranks already assumed. As a result of this, the following adjustments or the correlation is made in the rank correlation formula. In the formula, we add the factor m cube minus m upon 12 to summation of d square. So we are adding some factor over here, where m is the number of times an item is repeated. This correlation factor is to be added for each repeated value in both x series and y series. And the formula becomes here is this. So this is the formula for non-repeated ranks, wherein for the repeated ranks, we have to add this 1 by 12 m1 cube minus m1, 1 by 12 m2 cube minus m2, and so on. What is this m means? M means where m is the number of times an item is repeated. So this number of times an item is repeated would be considered separately in x, separately in y. So we suppose 68 is repeating in, okay, let us just keep this on hold. I'll be explaining this particular with the help of example. Okay, now there are few remarks. I just quickly go ahead with, since Spearman's rank correlation coefficient rho is nothing but the Pearsonian correlation coefficient between the ranks, it can be interpreted in the same way as that of the Karl Pearson's coefficient, right? Now, Karl Pearson's correlation coefficient assume that the parent population from which sample observations are drawn is normal. If this assumption is validated, then we need a measure which is distribution free or non-parametric. A distribution free measure is one which does not make any assumptions about the parameters of the population. Spearman's rho is such a measure that distribution free. It is absolutely distribution free, since no strict assumptions are made about the form of the population from which the sample observations are drawn. Spearman's formula is easy to understand and apply as compared with the Karl Pearson's formula. The value obtained by the two formulae, Pearsonian R and Spearman's rho, are generally different. The difference arises due to the fact when ranking is used instead of full set of observation, there is always some loss of information. Unless many ties exist, the coefficient of rank correlation should be only slightly lower than the Pearsonian coefficient. Very, very important remarks. Then Spearman's formula is the only formula to be used for finding correlation coefficient if we are dealing with qualitative characteristics which cannot be measured quantitatively but can be arranged serially. It can also be used where actual data are given. In case of extreme observations, Spearman's formula is preferred to Pearson's formula. Now, there is always a limitation for everything. And what is the limitation for this particular formula? Spearman's formula has its limitations also. It is not practicable in the case of bivariate frequency distribution. That is a correlation table. For n greater than 30, this formula should not be used unless the ranks are given. Since in the contrary case, the calculations are quite time consuming, and that is the reason we are always trying to go for Spearman's rank correlation coefficient for the data or the small n size is less than 30. Now let us go ahead quickly. Now if you'll observe here, this is directly the ranks of this statistics, and rank in income has been given to you. That means what, this particular numbers are already given to you as x dash, say assume, and this is y dash. And that therefore if you'll just go for, again, if you'll observe in the particular x, there is no repetition happened for the rank. Similarly, for the Y also there is no repetition happened. That means what, there is no repeated rank is there, and therefore we'll be going for non-repeated rank formula, that is 1 minus 6 times summation of d square upon n into n square minus 1, or sometimes it can be written as n cube minus n. So I'm just mixing up the things every time. Now Pearson's, so this is x dash, y dash, it's been directly given, taken from the table which we have given it here. Only we have taken the transpose of this. So x dash minus y dash is 9 minus 1, that is 8. 10 minus 2 is 8. 6 minus 3 is 3. And we have taken this differences, we have taken the square of the differences, that is 8, 64, 8, 64, 3, 9, 1, 1, 2, 4 and so on. After that we have just added them up. After addition we are going to get it as 280. That 280 is nothing but summation of d square. Now quickly we will go ahead, just you have to put the value of summation of d square as 280 and the value of n equals to 10, because if you observe here we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 numbers present here. So value of small n in the present case is 10, and therefore we have taken this value here. And after the calculations we'll be going ahead with this value as minus of 0.697, which lie between these two range, and therefore yes, this particular answer is, we are having this answer in the range. Yeah. Now here the IQs of a group of 6 persons were measured, and they then sat for a certain examination. Their IQs and the examination marks were as follows. So these are the IQ level of the particular person as well as the exam marks. Compute the Spearman's rank correlation coefficient. So again, as I have told you here, so if you observe here, 110, 100, 140, 120, 80, 90, 70, 60, 80, 60, 10, 20. That means what, there is one number which is repeated here. So there is only one number which is repeated, which is present in exam marks. Let us say for IQ as X and this as exam marks as Y. Then if you observe here, because of this repeated number here, we have to give them the same rank as the, you can say, the arithmetic mean of this particular number of rank, right? And therefore we have to go for this repeated ranks. This is the formula for the repeated ranks. Now when M is the number of items at that time, item repeated. Now let me explain you here what is this. As I have told you, as I have promised you, when M is the number of items, where M is the number of times an item is repeated. Now this 60 number repeated how many times? 1, 2. So here 60 number is repeated 2 times. Therefore we have got only one M1 here, because no other number is getting repeated. So we will be getting only one number which is getting repeated. So M1 is equals to 2. How many number of times? We are not dealing with this number. Which number is repeating? We are not just bothering about that. We are just bothering how many number of times that number is repeating. So here M1 equals to 2. Again the same thing. We have written X as it is from the table, Y as it is from the table. Now let me just explain you what is this X dash means. And I have written there in the first slide, that is biggest as 1. So we'll be giving the rank biggest as 1. Now we have to just look at in the X column here. In the X column, what is the biggest number here? Biggest number is then 140. So this 140 we have to give the number 140 as equals to 1. So we have given here 1. Please do see the cursor and how am I explaining you. That is very important here. So 140 is the biggest number out of that. We have given the rank 1. Now as soon as we have given the rank this 140 as 1, that's next time it won't be considered for the ranking. So now 140 won't be considered for the ranking. Now next number, biggest number is 120, which is the number 2. Now again this 120 can have to be eliminated for considering the next biggest. Next biggest is this 110, which is the third number here. Then the 100, which is the fourth one. Then 90, which is the fifth one. And then 80 is equals, this is 6. And this 6, if you'll observe here, this 6 is nothing but same as that of a small n. Because here the small n is 6. 6 persons data we have got it here. So therefore here n is equals to 6 in the present case. Similarly, while giving the rank of this y, giving the rank, let me just have a small change in my pen color. So this is when considering the y here, again the same thing, biggest is 1. So this is 1 here. So 1. Next biggest is 70. So let me just write down here 1. Then the next biggest is 70, which is the 2 we have given. It is 2 we have given. Now next biggest is 60. So if you'll observe here, the next biggest is this 60 and this 60. So what should be this? At these two, the numbers have come repeated. That is repeated. That means what? I cannot say that this is a 3 or this is a 4. I have to give them the equal rank. So suppose for example, this is a 3, this is a 4, but I cannot give the rank as 3 and 4. I have to give the rank as 3 plus 4 by 2, which is 7 by 2, which is 3.5. And therefore, this 60 and this 60 have to be given an equal rank of 3.5 and 3.5. Now, next number is 1, 2, 3 and 4 is done. The next number is 20. But this next number won't be 3.5 or 4 or something like that. It has to be 1, 2, 3, 4. It should be the after 4 number. So that it would be 5 here, right? This is 5. We have given the 5, and next number is 6 here, which is a 10. I've given the 10 here, and again this number should come same as that of this one. Then the next part is very simple. This x dash minus y dash, this x dash minus y dash is here. Then making the square, that is d square, is coming out here. Then summation of d square is 3.5 for particular. Then just the calculations left it here. Because m1 equals to 2, we have got rho equals to, as I have told you, every time I'm changing my notation, either be r, either be capital R, either be or rho, just to have the practice of all of them. So rho is equals to 1 minus 6 into summation of di square plus 1 upon 12 m1 cube minus m1 upon n cube minus n. So m1 is equals to 2. So m1 equals to 2 will give us this type of calculations. These are very simple calculations. You can just go ahead and do the calculations on the calculator. Just pause the video for a while. Let me go ahead with this particular example. Here I have taken a lot of different examples or a lot of things here. So if you'll observe here, 12 fathers. So this data is a little bigger, and I have to have so many things to explain you all for this particular question. If you'll observe, there are so many repeated ranks here. So if you'll observe here in the X, 68, 68, 66, and no, 66 is not repeating, but 67 is repeating. So 67, 67, 68. So that means what? We have to go for here repeated rank, right? So that means before going to that, we have decided that okay, we have to go for the repeated rank. For the repeated rank also the table remains the same. Let me explain you what is it, because there are so many things here in this. Now in the particular x column, what is the biggest number? The biggest number amongst everyone is this 70. So 70 has been given as one rank. So we have given the rank as 1. Do see under the x dash column and the x column, right? Okay. Now after 70, which is 71, which is the biggest one, that is a 70. What is a 2? It is 2. So we have given the rank as 2. Then what is the biggest number after that? After that, the biggest number is 69, which is of the rank 3. So we have given here the rank as 3. We have given here the rank equals to 3, right? Then after that, which is the biggest number is 68. But now 68, if you observe here, 68 is getting repeated here and it is getting repeated here 2 times. So it's supposed to be 4 and supposed to be 5. But it can't be 4 and 5. We have to say this is 4 plus 5 is equals to, 4 plus 5 by 2, because it's arithmetic mean. 4 plus 5 by 2 will give me 4.5, and therefore we have given 4.5 and 4.5 both the sides. So 68 has been assigned as 4.5. Now what is the next biggest number is this 67. Now but 67 is also again getting repeated. If you observe here, this 67 here and this 67 here getting repeated. Supposed to be 6, supposed to be 7 over here, right? So 6 plus 7, because there are the arithmetic mean but only 2 numbers, so by 2 will give us here 6.5. So 6.5 and 6.5 rank has been given for this. What is the next biggest number after 67? After 67, 68 is there. 68 has been given the number next to 7. Next to 7, that is 8. So we have been given this as 8. After that, which number is there? 65. 65 is not repeating. So 65 has to be given the number as 9. So this is the number 9 over here. After that, this 65, we have got the number. Next number, biggest number is, where is this number? 64, which is 64. Number is 10, which is the rank 10 here. And the last is here, or not last actually, second last. 63, 11, big, and then here it's 11. Then 12 is the last, which is 12, and which is 12. And again, if you'll observe here, this 12 is the last number and it's been assigned as n, right? Because same as that of n here, right? Okay. Similarly, let me just do that quickly. Yes. Now here it's y. Y, the biggest number in y is this 71. First rank, yes, it's been given as rank 1. Then the next biggest number is 70, which is the rank 2. It's been given rank 2. Then the next biggest number is 69. 69 have to be 3. Yes, it's given as 3. Next biggest number is 68. Now there is a fun over here. 1, 2, 3, and a 4. It's supposed to be now 3. We reach up to 3. This 68 have to be 4, 5, 6, 7. But I can't give 4, 5, 6, 7 because I have to keep them on a same rank. So 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 divided by 4 will give us the rank as 5.5. 5.5. So we'll be getting it here, the rank 5.5 for every 68. Every 68 will be assigning the rank as 5.5. Now the next biggest number is 67. Next biggest number is 67. The rank have to be next to the 7 because this is the rank supposed to be the rank here 7. So this is the next rank has been given as 8. So we have given the rank here as 8. What is the next biggest number? Next biggest number is 66, but again it is getting repeated. So if you'll observe here, this 66 here and this is 66 here. Let me write down this 7 somewhere here up. Okay. Now because we reached to the point 67 kaha tha? 67, 8 right here. So 8, we reached to the rank 8 here, and now we have to assign the rank 66. So that's supposed to be here 9 and 10, right? 9 and 10. So if it is 9 and 10, so 9 plus 10 by 2 will give us the rank as 9.5. So we have assigned the rank 9.5 here, 9.5 here for 66. Next is 65, but again this is getting repeated. If you'll observe here, what's supposed to be these numbers? This is supposed to be 11 and 12. Then 11 plus 12 by 2 will give us the rank as 11.5, and we have given the rank as 11.5, 11.5. Yes, this is all about. Purposely I have taken this question wherein a lot of combinations are there, and if you understand this particular question, then this Spearman's rank correlation coefficient is extremely simple, truly simple. Then we have got x dash y dash, just x dash y dash, x dash minus y dash, 9 minus 5.5, 11 minus 9.5, and so on has been given the numbers here, Then the next column is just making a square of that. So this 12.25 is nothing but 3.5 the whole square, and so on. The summation has got it as 72.5. 72.5 as the, okay. Now let us understand here what is this 67. So I have given here the color codes for the repeated numbers. So if you'll observe 67, 67, this is repeated 2 times. Therefore, the M1 is 2. Then 68 is repeated for 2 times. If you'll observe the yellow color pen here. So this is M2 is equals to 2. Then if you'll observe the pink one, which is in the Y, present in the Y, 68, 68, 68 and 68, which is 4. And then this 66 is repeated for 2 times. Again, M4 is 2. And this 65 is repeated for 2 times. M5 is 2. That means what? We have to use the formula like this. M1, M2, M3, M4, M5 plus ... right? But we have to use up to M5. After that, so if we'll just putting the values everywhere here, so m1 as 2, m2 as 2, m3 as 4, m4 as 2, and m5 as 2. So this is what is the formula, and here the value of small n is equals to 12. So we have written that 12 cube minus 12 in the denominator. Now if we'll observe this term, this term, this term, and this term, if we'll add these 4 terms, because they are equal, all of them are equal, so it will give me 4 upon 12, 2 cube minus 2. So this entire question, entire formula reduced to this. Then this 1 by 12, 4 cube minus 4 as it is, upon 1716. Then quickly you can go ahead with the simple calculations. These calculations are truly simple. Just you go ahead and you will get the answer as this. So which is the, this is nothing but a capital R, or you can say the rho or a Spearman's rank correlation coefficient. So this is a rho, or you can say the capital R also, and you can say the small r as well. Few of them are using small r also. So this is all about the Spearman's rank correlation coefficient. This is the self-observation slide wherein 2 questions along with the answers are given to you. If at all any query, let me know. See, the clock is showing us a 26 minutes because I have observed, I have taken it here 3 different questions. The third question is little bit of complicated questions I have taken just to make you understand that particular thing. Please pause the video, go back, again watch it. If you don't understand, again go back and watch it. Clear your ideas about the Spearman's rank correlation coefficient. Stay tuned, stay connected for the channel. Thank you so much. Happy learning.